Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to show you some effects from Native Instruments Komplete that you might not know about. And one of them is really similar to one that you see a lot on these trap production videos nowadays, which is the Soundtoys bundle. So you have the Soundtoys Echoboy and you have the Soundtoys Crystallizer. Those are two of the most common ones that you're seeing. And I'm going to show you how you can get very similar effects if you do have Native Instruments Komplete. So I'm just starting with this super simple Midi melody that I got here. I kind of tweaked it a little bit so that we have a split between the piano and the marimba. And we're mostly going to be affecting the marimba today. So I'll play it back. You can see the marimba is super dry right now. These are both stock sounds from Logic. Let's go ahead and solo the marimba. And then I'm going to go into Native Instruments. And I'm going to go to a Guitar Rig 6 FX. And I'm going to go in the stereo. You might never have thought to use Guitar Rig if you don't play guitar, but if you look under components, there's effects in here that aren't even in the normal Native Instruments folder when you're looking for them. So it has all the ones that you typically do get, but there's more on top of it. I mean, look how many effects are in this thing. So the one that I want to show you today, though, is part of the Replica delay series. And this one in particular is called Replica Shimmer. So basically the job of the crystallizer and what's going on here too is essentially it's like a delay, but it's adding pitch shifting to it. So if we take a look at the knobs here, you can see the interval that you can select. So this is up a whole octave. You can do in between if you want to do 7 semitones, or you can go a whole octave lower. You got your shimmer knob here. You can set the delay and the feedback of it, and obviously control the mix as well. So a good starting point for me usually is I go to the angelic shades, which is the first preset here. And let's just take a listen to how that sounds right now. It's got a long decay on it, so you can drop the feedback down. And obviously control the mix to your taste, but automatically, just in context, and so what I did there is I took the time down, because you notice if you have the time up, it's really delayed on the grid. I guess it's kind of hard for me to describe what shimmer is, but you can use your imagination. When you're controlling this knob here, it's not so much controlling the mix, but it's controlling the affected sound that, you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. But right out of the gate, there's some cool presets in it that you can work with too. I mean, if you want to go to reversed room, so that works well on pluck notes, and it also works well on chords too. And the second one I'm going to show you, you can use it in Guitar Rig also, but I'm just going to do it on the standalone. And so the second one is the Replica XT. So this is like more affected version of their regular Replica delay plugin. So right out the gate, you can look right here. You can see this has the standard and it has the ping pong delay effect. The ping pong delay effect is what makes Echoboy so popular. The Replica plugin itself has cool features, simply just looking at the style of the delay that you want. So you get the modern one, analog, tape delay, vintage digital delay, and diffusion. But right over here is where it gets interesting. So this has effects. So you can see it has phaser built into it, flanger coarse, frequency shifter, pitch shifter, micro pitcher. And those are the things that are going to add that pitch delay effect. A good starting point for me is this one right here, the crystalline preset. You know, for my taste, that's too prevalent in the mix, so I'd turn the mix down. Let's add that to the piano now and see how that sounds. So right away, man, like you can see how much character and texture that this added to it. Again, I like to use it super subtly in the mix, but I mean, you can add this to already existing loops, even if they are already, they already have the effects printed onto the audio file and things like that, but it's just something that you can do to add a little bit more texture yourself. So if you haven't used this plugin, I highly recommend that you check it out, play around with it, And also, I'm going to tell you, man, go back into Guitar Rig and look through all of the effects in here. Hell, even go to some of the presets. I know a lot of them are going to have distortion on it just because there's obviously a lot of distorted guitars, but this is like the rack that has all of the effects that you would get with Native Instruments Komplete. And so that's going to wrap up today's video. Lately, I've been looking for new ways to spice up my mixes, spice up my melodies when I'm doing hip hop production. And I found these and man, I don't know why I haven't been using them this whole time because they're really cool. They work well in the mix. So check them out if you do have Komplete, depending on which bundle you have, of course. Let me know in the comments if there's any other effects that you want me to cover. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.